Did I ever tell you, Paul? I know that you've seen a lot of celebrities and on flights, and we've talked about that before. But recently, I was on a flight with my family, and no big deal. We were in first class.
Whoa.
It's not a
Whoa.
big deal. It's kind of a
Whoa.
big deal, but
Yeah.
I was trying to impress my wife and my daughter, and I said, "No, no, you guys don't have to sit in the back of the plane like I normally make you. Come on up and
Great.
ride with me."
Respectful.
So I had them come up just to look around and see how nice it was, and then I was going to send them back, but no, I didn't do that. So anyway, we were in first class, and Andy Garcia was there also.
I
And
just wrote about Andy Garcia on my Substack, very oddly.
really,
Yes, because it was his birthday.
oh
I
my,
just Googled something randomly. And it was like Andy Garcia's birthday. And I did this whole
okay.
dumb bit about reading his horoscope and just using his movie titles as like his horoscope.
Well, so I just wanted to let everyone know, and I would say this to Andy Garcia's face.
Mhm.
At some point in the flight, he got up to use the restroom,
Got it.
as
Number
all
one or
people.
number two? Did it look like he was number one or number two?
Well, that's where I'm going with
Okay.
this. You know, I don't know about you. I get a little self conscious when I go in there. I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm going number two. So I'm like, come on, you gotta
Right. Pee
hurry up
quick.
and pee, hurry up. And sometimes I can't. I get all nervous. I'm like, oh no, everyone's gonna think I'm pooping. So
Oof.
sometimes I come out and I go. One time I did this. I got on the thing and I said, everyone, I just want you to know it's Rob Huebel from I Love You Man and other movies and TV shows.
Chevin.
Yeah, that's exactly what people said. And then I said, I just want you guys to know I was not shitting. Even though it took me a
I
minute,
love that.
I was nervous and my dick wasn't working properly. So, but I wasn't shitting. Anyway, that was a long time ago.
Sure.
I was detained. And
Uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah.
So back to Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia gets up, goes to the lavatory, which is what I call it.
Yeah. Me too.
And he's in there for a few minutes. So I assume,
Sure.
great, he's a human being like I am. Everybody poops, just like the book says. Right after that, my daughter says, Dad, I really need to go potty. And so
Oh
my
boy.
daughter is young enough to where my wife
Yes.
and I, usually switch off taking her to the
100%.
bathroom.
Nothing
So
weird about that.
take her in there, and it smells glorious. It smells like a
Whoa.
garden of like flowers and like butterflies and like pixie dust. I was like, Andy Garcia is
You
some sort of
know,
magical like poop fairy. My daughter goes, "Did that man poop roses?" And I said, "Honey, I think he did." So
here's the
that's
thing. A man like Andy Garcia is probably rocking a nice scent, a
mm,
cologne,
mm.
and I feel like a lot of men that I meet, that are a little bit older and kind of these, they have a cologne, they have a scent. And you know what? It's honestly pretty interesting. It's an interesting look to have a little scent.
I was really impressed, and I just thought this guy is a classy guy, and I would smell his poop anytime.
What a great way to be like, you could talk about celebrities being cool, weird, whatever, but there's no better compliment than that person's shit smells great.
Oh, I hope that one day I get to work with him, or I meet him at a premiere and I say, "Hey, I know you probably don't remember me, but and I'll tell him the story, and then we'll
Yeah.
hug or something. I don't know where it goes, but it'll be nice."
Well, my grandma uh, was on a flight to Europe, and Jackie Onassis was on that flight as
Oh
well.
my God, was this recently?
This was a couple days ago, and my grandma was saying, and she tells this story. She's like, and everyone was so respectful to her. They were so respectful. As a matter of fact, when we were in the airport lounge, she got up to go to the bathroom, and no one followed her in. And I thought that was such a bizarre thing, like, and no one tried to watch her shit. Like
What,
that, my grandmother tells that story like,
on the plane? She
no,
thought people
this is
would.
before they got. So my grandmother kind of sets it up like before they got on the flight, they were in
Okay,
this private airport lounge, and
okay,
everyone was very respectful of Jackie O. And at one point, she got up and she went to the bathroom, and I imagine it's a multi-stalled bathroom that she went to, and my
Mm.
grandma's like, and none of us followed her in. Like,
Wow.
as if like, proud of
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
We didn't do it. And I'm like, it's such a weird thing to brag about that you didn't follow in someone who was taking a shit, like,
Yeah.
or peeing or whatever. It's like that's like, what would be the fun of that? Like, I was in there at the same time. I don't want to be. I think that would wreck it. I've always heard that if you want to break up with somebody, you have to picture them on a toilet. That's one of the
Oh,
best ways to kind
wow.
of get out of a
Well,
relationship.
okay, that brings me to something I wanted to talk to you about
Yeah.
because
Oh, wait, can I
and
ask you, wait, before we're going to get
yeah,
off of travel for a second?
sure.
Molly, is this too inappropriate? No. Okay. All right. So, Rob, this came up in my algorithm and I
Okay.
became obsessed with it. It's just
Okay.
it is a person who services airplanes. I'm trying to, I always forget the right name to call them.
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Yeah.
Flight attendant. Right. Yeah. So, so this flight attendant popped up on my page.
Okay.
I will share it with you because
I don't think she just popped up, Paul. Obviously,
she did. No, because you don't have to do that.
Obviously, you're going around and you're stalking flight attendants that you.
All I'm saying is this: that like you used to be able just to follow your people that you follow, and now other things pop up. And this popped up. I don't know what I could have possibly been following, but here.
Yeah. What?
Molly, show another one. Right? So it's like no one knows that I'm not wearing underwear.
What?
And then this one, like, read them, Molly, because I can't see them.
What you doing?
Reading.
Okay, this one says POV, you catch me after a 20-hour long distance flight.
Like checking her butthole?
My favorite knows on my page. Noelle, I'm sorry, this doesn't work anymore. Fine.
I don't know, but they're all like super sexual.
Wow. I don't
Like,
know that this is an actual flight attendant, right?
she
Because
says it is on her, like,
for
She's
what
wearing the
airline?
outfit. She
But
has
I mean,
to be.
But can't you just buy a flight attendant outfit? I mean, I don't know what the laws
her name
are.
is Flying Noelle. And
Okay.
oh gosh, I just opened up her page. She has an OnlyFans. Okay. I don't know if maybe this is a character. Maybe this is a character. Now I feel like I've just like went down the real.
To be clear, what I showed, the lady from
yes,
Air Jamaica, was not that. She was
it was not that at all. But it was so funny because I was
not
like,
that there's anything wrong with that. By the way, there's nothing wrong. Who cares?
yeah, I just was like, this is an interesting, weird niche to get into. And at first, I literally thought it was a flight attendant. I was like, oh, I'll watch this hack, and it was like. Yeah. What I'm like when I don't wear underwear after a 20-hour flight. I was like, oh, not because I'm in there for the coconut hacks. Now I'm getting these sex hacks. I didn't.
By the way, back to hacks for just a second. I had a funny thing the other day where one popped up on my thing. Sometimes if my wife likes something, it starts popping up on my thing.
Sure.
So I kind of blame my wife. But this was like a household lady that hacks, things for cleaning.
Yeah.
Magic marker off your walls and stuff like that. But so this one was about baking soda, as you referenced. Like, there's so many about baking soda.
So baking soda and vinegar are 90% of every hack that I've seen.
Yeah. So this woman was talking about how much you could do with baking soda, but one of the things she said was that you should brush your teeth with it, just straight up baking soda, brush your teeth with it. So I was like, I don't know if that's great for your enamel. So I just happened to click on the comments. I was just like, I don't even know who this woman is. Read the comments. Like 100,000 people were going after this woman. Like, that's terrible advice. I'm a dentist. That strips off all the enamel off your teeth. And like, just don't do that, everybody. And then she was like, I'm sorry. I thought I heard somewhere that you could do that. And then like people were like, wait a second, you're just posting stuff that you thought you heard somewhere. And so it became like her whole like hack thing just sort of like collapsed. Or I'm imagining was just like collapsing because of this one tooth whitening trick.
That is so funny because like it's just I need to create content. And you know, like
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
my grandma used to have, again, bringing up my grandma, she used to have a thing where you put baking soda in like some sort of a solution, and it was a water-based thing. It was like because like Arm & Hammer had a toothpaste that was like a baking soda,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was like a little bit. It wasn't
It's a
just
little bit.
straight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's just